Stop trying to forget that embarrassing thing you did in 2012. You know the one. It ambushes you in the shower or in the quiet moments before sleep. That time you waved back at someone who wasn't waving at you. Or when you tripped up the stairs in front of everyone. It feels illogical, even unfair. Why do these useless, often mortifying memories stick around with such clarity, while truly important information, like where you put your keys, seems to evaporate? The answer is fascinating, and it reveals that your brain literally loves to hoard weird, unwanted memories. It's not a flaw, it's a feature. Here's why that happens. Our brains are like overzealous librarians, but this librarian has a very peculiar, emotionally driven filing system. They don't organize memories by date or logical importance. Instead, every experience comes with an invisible emotional sticky note. The more intense the emotion, joy, fear, or cringeworthy embarrassment, the brighter and stickier that note is. When the library closes for the day, our brain gets to work sorting through everything in a process called memory consolidation. The mundane, emotionally neutral events, they get tossed. But those experiences with the bright, sticky emotional notes, they get special treatment, moved from short-term memory into the permanent, long-term collection. They don't just toss out old books. Instead, they store everything from catchy jingles to awkward moments just in case it's useful someday. Here's the science bit. This whole operation is run by a powerful duo, the amygdala and the hippocampus. Your brain is wired to prioritize emotions. The amygdala is your brain's emotional highlighter. When something happens that makes you feel a strong emotion, the amygdala flags that event as high priority. This flag is a direct message to its partner, the hippocampus, which is the brain's memory creation center. The amygdala essentially tells the hippocampus, "Pay attention, record this." This collaboration forges a super strong neural connection for that memory, making it robust and easy to recall. So, if a memory made you feel embarrassed, scared, or super excited, it sticks. Even if it's totally irrelevant now, your brain thinks it's important for your survival. This system is a relic of our evolutionary past. For our ancestors, remembering the location of a predator's den after a scary encounter was a matter of life and death. Their brains were fine-tuned to prioritize negative experiences, a phenomenon known as negativity bias. It was more important for survival to remember the one berry that made you sick than the 10 that were fine. Today, we aren't running from saber-toothed tigers, but our brains are still running that same ancient software. In a social species like ours, being ostracized was a grave threat. So, your brain treats that mortifying social blunder as a critical survival lesson. Don't do that again. Plus, we're surrounded by way more information than we can handle. To cope, your brain takes shortcuts. Sometimes it saves weird stuff by accident. One shortcut is repetition. Like that one ad jingle you can't shake. Your brain's logic is simple. If I'm hearing this repeatedly, it must be important. And get this. The ultimate paradox is that the more you try to forget something, the deeper it burrows in. It's called the ironic process. Thanks, brain. In a famous study, when people were told to think of a white bear, they were flooded with images of it. That's because trying to suppress a thought requires two things: a conscious part that pushes the thought away, and an unconscious part that scans your mind to if you're thinking about it. By constantly checking for the thought, your brain keeps it active and accessible. It's a mental boomerang. So next time you remember something cringy out of nowhere, don't beat yourself up. But what can you do? First, acknowledge it. Instead of fighting it, just notice it. This robs it of its power. Second, try to reframe it. Can you find humor in it now? Shifting the narrative can neutralize the sting. Finally, practice thought replacement. Have a positive memory ready to pivot to. It just means your brain's doing its job, keeping you prepared, even if it means holding on to some mental junk. Embrace the chaos. After all, every brain needs a little weirdness to make life interesting.